and welcome back to the channel Home of Programming. In today's session, we will be continuing our web development series with PHP, right? In this particular video, we are going to learn about how to process forms with PHP, right? So with no further delay, let's get into the session. Let's learn about what exactly forms are, right? So forms are nothing but a section of document, that is a section of a web page which contains several controls such as text box, text area, radio buttons, checkboxes and several controls which allows you to interact with the server, right? So these forms helps you to establish a connection between the users and the server, right? So what are the purpose of form is? The purpose of forms in a web page is to build an interactivity between user and the server. However, using the forms, we can either establish interaction between the server and user, as well as we can perform only the client side validation too, right? Which is when the form is submitted, we can either implement client and server based interactivity or only client side interactivity, right? So which we will see in the upcoming sessions, right? So before learning about processing forms, let's learn the basic form elements, right? So the basic elements of your form are text box, text area, radio buttons, checkboxes, drop down list, buttons and data list. So these are the major controls that we will be using inside a form, right? So as you know very well that text box is a simple control that accepts sequence of characters, right? Whereas text area is also similar to your text box, but it can accept more characters than your text box. And radio button and checkboxes are similar. They differs in one case that if you are using radio button in your form, any of the particular choice can be selected. For example, for a particular field, if you are having 4 set of radio buttons, out of these 4 radio buttons, it is possible to select only one radio button at a time, right? Whereas checkbox allows the user to select more than one option at a time, right? So drop down list lists down the multiple choices out of which either a single option or multiple options can be selected by the user. So buttons are the control which is responsible for establishing a connection between your server and client, right? So and data list can be used in such a scenario like if the user is pressing some letters like L, M or any other letter, immediately the options should be displayed to the user. That is, if for example if we are using data list for country field, I am typing the letter I, immediately the form should suggest countries such as Italy, India, Indonesia, like this, right? So depending on the letter that is typed by the user, suggestion should be displayed to the user. For that purpose, we can use data list. So these are the very brief intro about form controls used for building an interaction between your client and server, right? Let's move on to the arrays which are used to process these form elements in PHP, right? So in PHP we are having 3 set of arrays using which we can process the form element. So the first one is $_get, another one is $_post, another one is $_request. All these 3 are used to retrieve the value entered in each control of the form, but each one has a different purpose, right? For example, in order to retrieve the value entered by the user from the URL, we can use $_get. So just know about the purpose of these 3 arrays. We will have a demonstration with these three arrays, right? So $get can be used to retrieve the value which is inside the URL parameter, right? Whereas $post can be used to retrieve the value directly from the form control, right? So $request can be used if the form is to be processed with the help of database. For example, to retrieve the value from database, we can use the array $request. So these three are the arrays we are going to use in our PHP coding to process the form elements, right? So other than these three arrays, we are having two set of function, which is set of, and the one is empty. So these two functions are opposite to each other, where set of function determines whether the form control is entered or whether the form control is clicked, right? Whereas empty of function determines whether the form control is not having a value, that is whether the form control is having null value or not. So these are the purpose of set of and empty of function, right? So these are the basic intro of form. So until now we have learned the basic elements of your form, like text box, text area, radio button, check boxes, drop down list, buttons and data list, right? So after that we have learned how to process these elements with the help of PHP arrays and function. So that is nothing but $get of, $post of, $request, and the functions used to process these forms are set of and empty of, right? Now we can move on to the demonstration section. So now what I am going to do is, we have already created a basic HTML form, right? So we have created basic HTML form in the series of web development with HTML, right? So I am going to make use of that form alone, and in that form we have implemented form processing using JavaScript, right? So instead of JavaScript, I am going to implement PHP based form processing. So we can just open that form and we can simply remove the JavaScript coding from that form, right? So this is a portion where we have implemented JavaScript processing, right? So kindly remove these and we can save the form as PHP, right? So to run PHP in your localhost, we should save the form, that is we should save the PHP program inside the htdocs folder of examp, right? So in the previous video I have explained you how to install PHP and how to run PHP in localhost. So if you want to have a look at it, I am sharing the link of both PHP playlist and HTML playlist in the description box. You can check it out, right? So now I am saving the file inside the htdoc folder, right? So before adding any changes, just start your server. That is, to run the PHP file in your localhost, we have to start the servers Apache and MySQL. So for that we have to install examp, which we have learned in the previous session. I am sharing the PHP playlist, kindly check it out, so that you can have clear idea of how to run a PHP file in localhost. So now we have started the server, we can go back to the browser to run our PHP program. So for that, type localhost and your PHP program name. So in this case we are having our program inside the folder PHP series inside htdocs, right? So I am going to type as localhost PHP series form.php, which is our file name, right? So I am running that file. So this is a form we have created in the previous session of HTML and CSS, right? So what we are going to do is, we are having the HTML form here, right? So on clicking this submit button, the value entered inside each form control should be displayed in a table. So we are going to perform this with the help of PHP, right? So let's learn how to do it, right? So here we are having simple PHP form, right? So here remove this on submit attribute of form. Instead of that, we can write the attribute action. So the action value should be the name of PHP file in which we have returned the form processing methods. So in this case, I am going to have my PHP coding as well as HTML coding inside a single file. So which is form.php, right? Form.php. So this value of method, the value for the method attribute of form can either be get or post. So the difference between get and post is if you are having get method or if you don't use method attribute inside your form, the default value of method will be get. So using get method inside a form will print all the values along with the URL, right? So that is the value entered by the URL, entered by the user will be displayed in URL itself. So which reduces the security of the web application, right? So always use post value to the attribute method of your form, right? So here we can start implementing PHP form processing here. So before starting HTML part, we can write the PHP portion, right? So as usual, we have to start with the angular bracket (PHP) and end the PHP structure with (angular bracket). So inside it, you can define any set of variables for storing the values that are entered in each form control of the form, right? So for that, note one thing here, this form should be executed, that is any success message or error message should be displayed to the user only when this form is submitted. So we can determine whether the form is submitted or not with the help of this submit button. So if the user clicks this particular submit button, we can determine that the form is submitted. So for that, what we can do is we can have if is set of $_ of submit, which is, so I have told you already that this is set of function determines whether the form control is clicked or not. So in this case, we have used the form control button here, so which is a clickable control, right? So in this case, what this particular line will do is, if the particular form control, that is this set of function is taking the attribute of our form control. So just come back to your HTML coding where we are having the line button type equal to submit. So either you can use button here or you can use the input tag itself, input type equal to submit, value is equal to submit, right? So name is equal to submit. This name value and the value, that is, and the argument of your set should be similar. So for any set of control, for example, if you are using set for a first name field, so just scroll down and here we are having text box for first name field, right? So this name attribute and the value given inside the argument of your set function should be similar. So just we are having the name value of our submit button as submit, so that I am using $_ of submit. So I hope this is clear. If you are having any queries on this, kindly post your queries in comment section, right? So if that particular button is clicked, what we have to do next is we have to ensure whether the user has filled all the mandatory fields, right? For that, either we can use PHP to process that, or we can simply use the JavaScript attribute which is required. So we have already used the attribute required here, so that this required attribute will imply the user to enter all the mandatory fields, so that there is no need of validating all the fields with the help of PHP. So we can directly store the value entered by the users inside a variable. So for creating variable, we have to use the symbol dollar followed by name of the variable. So dollar first name is equal to dollar underscore post of first name. So as I told you already, to retrieve the value of a form control, we are having three set of options: dollar underscore get, dollar underscore post, and dollar underscore request. Out of these three, to retrieve a value directly from the form control, we have to use the array dollar underscore post of. So the value you are using here should be the value of the name attribute of particular field. For example, so this is our first name field, right? So inside this input tag, I am having the attribute name, which I have given as name is equal to first name, right? So just we can print this echo dollar first name, right? So now save the program and we can rerun it, right? So just provide any dummy values here. So I am going to submit the form now. Immediately after submitting, you can see the value here, that is Orthi, which we have given inside the form control first name, right? So now we have printed that. Similarly, for all the other fields, we can store and print the values. First name, last name, address, department year, hobbies, right? So department year, hobbies, email, mobile, website, right? So similarly we can change the array value also. Last name, address, department, year, hobbies, email, mobile, website, right? So now what we can do is, we can create a table structure, and inside one column we can have the values as first name, last name, address, and so on, and in another column we can print the value of that respective field. So for that, first create table structure. So it is possible to write HTML tags inside your PHP using echo statement, right? So now I am going to write as echo table border is equal to 1, so that your table structure will be there, right? So one thing to note here is, when you are using HTML tags inside the echo statement, the starting value, that is the starting HTML tag, should be started with double quotes, and inside, for any, if you are using any attribute like border or style, anything, so the value of that particular attribute should come within single quotes. So this is very important. If you mismatch this, you will get an error, right? So always make sure that you're properly using the double quotes and single quotes inside the echo statement, right? So I'm going to close the echo statement, that is table here, right? So inside the table we can have rows and column. So the first column value will be name, So inside that particular row, or you can have n number of rows and 2 columns, right? So here in the first row, what we can type as field name, and inside it we can have another column and we can type the value as field value. So this is about our first row. We have completed our first row and we are going to create another row. Inside it I am going to have name as first column value, and for second column value we have to print the value that is entered by the user. That is, we have to print the first name value, right? So for that I am going to close my double quotes here and I am going to print the first name value here, right? So I have completed printing the first name in the form of variable, and I am going to continue the structure of HTML, right? So now we have closed the column here with the variable name. So in PHP, to concatenate a set of strings and variable, we have to use the dot operator. So here we have closed the string here and we have used the dot operator and we have printed the variable name. After entering the variable name, we are having some set of strings again, so that we have to again use the dot operator and we have to print. So now save the program and again reload it. So we have missed the semicolon, right? So this warnings are nothing but we didn't process any values for last name address right now, right? So this is our expected output. So the first row of our table is field name, field value, and then another row we are having first name and the value of that particular field, right? So similarly we can process all the other values also, right? So I'm going to copy this for all the other fields, right? So now we can save the program and enter values for all the fields, right? So we can select more than one field in a checkbox, and it is not possible to select more than one field in case of a radio buttons, right? So now we can submit the form and we are getting the values inside a table, right? So if we want to highlight the title of your form, we can do that as we will do in case of a normal HTML table, right? So, and one more thing is, if you don't want to have this output at top of the form, you can place this output wherever you want, right? So for that, instead of having our echo statement here, we can store success variable as form fill, right? So any value you can have. So depending on this success value, we can print the form. So wherever you want. If you want to have the table after the form, we can do that. So in between HTML, if you want to add any PHP statement, you have to use the PHP block, right? So if $of success, so we can again print the statement. So either you can use if $of success or if is set of $of success. So either of these two options is possible, right? So now you can reload the program and you will get the table below the form, right? So as I told you before, if you want to highlight any of the table fields, you can do that, right? So instead of TD for column heading, you can use TH also, right? So that your column heading will look separately from rest of the table content, right? So here we can close the TH. So now save and run the program. So in this way you can highlight or you can add any set of formatting options to your table in PHP also, right? So with this we can conclude this session, and I hope this particular video will help you to create process form fields easily, right? If you like this video, kindly subscribe to our channel and share the video with your friends. Thank you.